Good morning. My name is Marco Culhacha, and I'm the president of Prodensa Servicios de Consultoría and one of the partners of Grupo Prodensa. I would say number one is speed. If you're trying to expand your current operation or if you're new to Mexico, Prodensa guarantees the best speed in the industry to start your operations. Whether you're doing it on your own subsidiary or you're doing it through the shelter approach, a multi-tenant or a dedicated shelter, Prodensa guarantees the best speed for your ramp-up of operation. We use technology to make sure that happens, and our proven processes and procedures guarantee you success. Number two would be our focus on compliance. Mexican regulations require for companies to be really focused on the compliance in aspects like labor and HR matters, accounting, taxes and finance, environmental health and safety, and specifically the international trade compliance piece of your operations in Mexico. So our focus on compliance and our reliability to achieve things is something that we are close to none, okay? And number three would be our overarching approach for your operation. Not only do we focus on the traditional areas of administrative service for your startup, we look for potential opportunities for you to regionalize your supply chain, or we can help you to supervise your construction, or we can guide you as a company to become a citizen in your communities and to have close ties with the public sector, the social sector, and also with the private sector. So companies today are not islands that just come to Mexico to produce their products and export. Companies today in Mexico need to have a footprint and need to have a space in the community. Sure. I would say there are three main challenges. Number one is the speed of setting up their operation in Mexico. Setting up a facility or setting up your company in Mexico is quite cumbersome. It's actually not as fast as in other countries. Mexico is unique in being sort of slow if you don't know the ins and outs of the regulations that you need to have, the permits, the licenses, the registrations that are required for you to start your operation. And some of them take time. And Prodensa can help to reduce that time because we already know the recipe to get things fast and to make things right the first time. I think probably one of the most important challenges also is finding the right talent. There's plenty of people in Mexico. Almost everywhere that you choose to start your operation, you will find the right, you must be sure that the right talent exists. But tapping into the right people for your operation, given its uniqueness and its requirements, it's not an easy deal. And that's also an area where Prodensa can guide you and support you. Find the right people, the right leadership, and the right workforce for your company. The third aspect would be finding a strong supplier's base. Mexico has a strong supply base for manufacturing, but local manufacturers or smaller manufacturers don't advertise that much. So reaching them or finding them, it's an ordeal. It's quite an ordeal. So Prodensa reduces that finding curve or that search process by having a very robust catalog of all the suppliers given, for different industries or different processes, and that catalog will provide information and will easily show you they have the right capacity if they're willing to partner up with you to support you into the regionalization of your supply chain. Prodensa can help you with that, and by that reducing your learning curve and your startup curve. we are working in a very romantic industry. We help and from one side, foreign companies become more productive, and Mexican companies become more productive, while at the same time helping our communities grow, helping them grow because we bring good jobs to the communities. The manufacturing industry is a platform for growth for the citizens of our country. So every time we're faced with the potential of bringing a good company with good wages and good opportunities is something that inspires me a lot. We've been exposed to hundreds of manufacturing expansions in Mexico. And being exposed to that, we've learned how to create synergies between our clients and between the different stakeholders of the community, suppliers, the members of the community, academia, and also strengthen the knowledge of the government sector so that the policy that is created enters into a virtuous cycle that brings prosperity for all. So that for me is exciting and encouraging, and an idea and an endeavor worth fighting for. That's a very good question, and I have to admit that it's very challenging to keep up with the constant changes in regulation, because the world is pushing us that way, right? But today, compliance is the name of the game for the industry and for us, and we take it seriously. I believe that we have the strongest talent in the industry, and that provides us with tools and methods to be up to date. But we also believe in cooperation. We believe on stretching our hand to the government and working together with them to make sure that regulation is as fair as possible and as reasonable as possible. So we try to stay ahead and participate in the round tables that the government creates, those spaces that the government creates with the private sector, where there's this sort of lab where ideas are discussed for future policy, which we do our best to be proactive, not reactive, but to be proactive and come up with new ideas and reach out to them and work together with them to make sure that we're ahead of the curve, right? And that is a great benefit for our clients because we can anticipate changes and be very fast. Speed in terms of compliance is very important because right now the speed of things moves quite fast, and we need to keep up and be the best to achieve 100% compliance. That's a wonderful question, and one we make ourselves every day. Part of our DNA is, and our mission is to make our clients more productive. So the growth question is always there. Asking our people we're always constantly asking our clients, how can we make you grow? How can we make you be more productive? How can you make more with less or more with the same, right? We have a methodology for that inside our aftercare process, and just being able to support many companies from many industries gives us insights that we can help our clients step into. We're always trying to help them into regionalizing their supply chain, for instance, but also with our network of clients and our network of contacts, we see a lot of potential for companies to grow with plans they haven't imagined in the past. So there's a company that made machine structures for one industry, but we see another industry needs that. So we make those conversations between them happen, and sometimes it happens, and sometimes it doesn't. But with had a lot of success stories in which we help our clients find new niches or new clients, and they're, I think, very grateful for that. And we're very excited that we are an agent of growth for our clients in Mexico. I think that the manufacturing sector is a platform for growth for our community and for our country. For me, that's something worth fighting for. I've seen people grow from the shop floor and becoming managers or engineers, or responsible for an operation in Mexico, or even become entrepreneurs and have their own manufacturing empire in Mexico. For me, that's only possible in the manufacturing industry. There's a lot of industries, and I have a lot of respect for all of them. But what I've seen, the scalability of and growth that the manufacturing industry allows our people is close to none. So very soon in my career, I understood that this was something I liked, and this is something I wanted to reply and to multiply and to make grow. I wanted to become an agent of change in that, and I see that, I say this humbly but proudly, that Prodensa is one of the main engines for the transformation of the Mexican industry. We're one of the main engines for growth in the Mexican manufacturing industry, and we're proud of that. And we continue to push and continue to do our best efforts to become better every day and bring more opportunities for our communities.